Welcome to After Sunset Sunday. I know I'm going live a little early. We're not doing anything majorly important that you're going to miss by me going live early. I want to say hi to Joyce and Chloe. They've already checked in the chat. Thank you both for checking in. I appreciate it. Welcome to our last, can you believe it is our last After Sunset Sunday for 2024. I'm a little overwhelmed. Little overwhelmed. As you can see, we have transitioned off of Christmas, and we are transitioning. I will get some videos done. I need to get them done, I think before the 31st, so I guess I'm doing videos tomorrow to get up for temperature readings, so that the videos will be up for that. Tonight I'm just going to be sewing quarter square triangles. We're going to work on sparkle. Welcome in, Linda. She says, good evening, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Let me see if I can transition you guys over without losing a whole bunch. Welcome in, Patricia. Chloe says, it went by too fast, right? It absolutely did. Absolutely went by way too fast. 2024 should not be over. So if you guys don't remember, this is Sparkle. This is the quilt that I'm going to work on tonight. I have been pulling random things to work on. If you are in the Facebook group, I posted a picture of the pink and green and black quilt top, because that is up top ready to be quilted now. I've got some work done on that black and white quilt. So if we get too much done on this and I need something else to fill time, I may go pull some of that. And I did not think about my thread spool. I may have to grab some thread, you guys. Let me take you guys back off of the machine camera so I'm not moving you guys around too much. Oh. So how has your holiday season been? Have you guys enjoyed your holidays? Did you get to see family? Did you travel? Did you not travel? What all have you done? What all have you done? And because I've already taken, welcome in, Janice. Because I've already taken a picture of how many spools I went through in 2024, I did actually start that a little bit before 2024, so that was the tail end of 2023 that was in those spools that I took a picture of. I had 27 spools that I emptied in 2024. So even if we empty this one tonight, we will not count it until 2025. It's going into 2025 at this point. It is going to be counted as my first spool empty of 2025. So I'm glad you guys are here. Thank you so much. Thank you. I've got everything cut for my horse block for Fab Farm. So we're going to get that going here in 2025 in January. We're going to be doing temperature rings. You guys are going to see that being worked on in 2025. Let's see, what else have we got going on? What else do we not have going on? We've got Land That I Love every Thursday. That's still going to be going on. And yeah, I'm going to keep, I think Sundays are still going to be my pull whatever I want to work on day. It's going to be a reset day. It's just going to stay a reset day. So, welcome in, Jackie. Oh, thank you, Joyce. I appreciate it. I will put you in the list. I'm making a note. My paper is over there. So I could, yeah, you know what? I'm just going to type it. You will get an entry into the drawing for the quilt pattern. Thank you for the super chat. I greatly appreciate it. Welcome in, Susan. Welcome in, Judy. Glad you guys are here. Thank you so much. So what this pattern tells me to do, and let me make an adjustment to this camera before I bring you guys over to it. I'm trying out some new setups, some new arrangements, all of that. It's a little bit more challenging than what I've been doing before. So we're just gonna see. Linda says that she spent Christmas Eve and Christmas with her daughter. Lots of food and games were played. I got a lot of sewing done and just plain relaxed. I opened my loft back on January 2nd. Oh my gosh. That sounds like a relaxing holiday. I'm glad you got to do that. So what the pattern says to do for all of this is that we're supposed to take all these little pieces that we've done before. I can't show you those because it's got measurements. Welcome in, Laura. Welcome, welcome. And did you guys see? I will have a quilt block coming to me from Mom and Pop, from Laura Lynn. I'm so excited. So there's a whole bunch of these. There's like 256, I think. Let me see. Let me see what it said, how many of these I had to make. Oh. Let's see. Make 356. So I've got 356 of these made. Welcome in, Susie. Glad you are here. I think I said hi to you, Patricia, but if I didn't, hi, welcome. Oh no. Joyce says that she spent Christmas Eve and Christmas sick like the last few months. Oh my gosh. I know Tiffany's sick right now too, so Tiffany from Tiffany's Quilting Life, I was over watching her earlier. Yes, Judy, it is. I'm loving it. So I wanted the blue one. I really wanted the blue one. And of course it was already gone. And so I was like, okay, fine. So as soon as I found out I won, and I told, thank you, Chloe, and I opened my door and I yelled at my husband. I was like, okay, I need you to come here. And I typed in real fast, or typed in before I called him. I typed into Laura Lynn that I needed to see them all up close because I knew he hadn't seen any of them. And so I typed in, told her I needed to see them up close. And so she was like, okay, that's fine. And while she was getting them pulled down off the wall, he was walking over. And I said, okay, I won one of these. You get to choose which one I'm getting. And so he was looking at them as she was showing them. Oh, I got so much fuzz and lint in here, you guys. I have not cleaned her out lately. I've been sewing. I've been sewing. But I left it up to him, and he saw that last one. He was immediately, that's the one. I was like, okay, that works. And so I have no idea what I'm going to do with it yet, but I'm super excited. She won't be sending it out until the first of the year, so you know, I've got some time before it'll arrive. Welcome in, Linda. Thank you, Laura. She says, congratulations, Sammy. Jana says, oh, yeah, agreed. I feel bad for you, Joyce. That's not cool to not feel good. Not cool at all. So these all are going to get made into half square triangles. So what I've got down here is I've got my, oh, thank you, Joyce. I appreciate it. I've got my diagonal seam tape. And what I'm just going to do is I'm going to pair up two dissimilar blocks. It doesn't matter which two, because they're all going to go into units by the end. So I'm just going to pair up two. And I'm going to sew 1/4 inch away from the middle. So if you've got diagonal seam tape, you've got the, I know it's hard to see on this camera, so I apologize. Welcome in, Jennifer, I believe, right? Please tell me I got it right. Please tell me I got it right. If I didn't, then don't lie to me. Tell me your real name. Welcome in. So on your diagonal seam tape, you've got your red line for the center. You've got a black line on either side for your 1/4 inch. So I am lining up my point with that outside 1/4 inch. And I'm just going to sew pairs together on one side. And then I will pick all of these up here in a little bit and flip them. Hopefully after the 15th seam specialist I get better. Oh, I hope so, Joyce. I hope so. Patricia says she might get the pattern and make the quilt for her mother-in-law. She loves cuckoo clocks. Yes. I mean, I'm sitting there thinking, well, I'm going to have one block. What do I want to do with just one block? And so I may have to come up with something as well. I may end up having to get the pattern too. It's a great idea to give away a block, but oh my gosh, I want more. Welcome in, Katie. Glad you made it. Glad you made it. You guys, I'm so glad that 2024 is almost done. It has been a rough year. Just overall been just absolutely rough. So I am glad that we are on the tail, the very, very tail end. Oh, let's see. Am I missing anybody? I feel like I'm missing people, you guys. So I apologize if you come in and I miss you. It is not intentional. The raffle is still going for the giveaway for the pattern. So you guys, if you want to enter a super chat, you are more than welcome to, and you get entered for the raffle for the giveaway for the pattern. It is a 63-page pattern, so it is basically a book. You won't need every page, depending on which version you do. Actually, no matter which version you do, there will be at least 1, 2, 3. There will be at least 5 pages you don't need, no matter what. Welcome in, Jackie. She says, so great. It's been one of the hardest of my life. Can't wait for 25. Yeah, right? Susan says that she still has things to pack and have to be out on Thursday. Oh, my gosh. Well, if you haven't signed up for the New Year's Day sew-along, the Zoom, and you need a break from packing, or you get done with packing and want to reward yourself by coming to sit with the Zoom, go sign up. Let's see, Laura says, I know my family and I'm definitely looking forward to 2025. Yes, Laura, absolutely. Your family has been through it. They have been through it. So the link for the Zoom and for the Stitch in Heaven mystery quilt are below this video, or they should be. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. But they should be below the video, so you guys can just click the link and it should take you there. I know I'm sewing all these reds to all these blues or all these teals or whatever, but I've still got green and white and black to go through, and I'll start mixing them up when I get there. Yeah, Susan will be, Thursday will be here before you know it. Yeah, absolutely. I will be in that same boat come June. At some point in June, I will be moving. So, thank you, Linda. All right, you are now entered for the giveaway, for the raffle. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Can't wait for 2025 to go by. I retire in 26. Yes, Patricia, you are so going to be ready for that. You're so going to be ready. You're going to have all your quilt projects lined up. The links are there. It says, Judy, thank you so much for checking on that. You do not know how much I appreciate that. Oh my gosh. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Katie, yes, you are. She says that she's doing 12-hour live starting 5 p.m. Eastern Time through 5 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm hoping people will drop in and out. Absolutely. Thank you, Laura. Yes, I'll get you in her too. So, yeah, oh gosh. Can't type and talk at the same time, you know? Imagine that. I can read and think at the same time, but not talk and type. Apparently, the two are not working together. I will be there for part of it. Then I will have to excuse myself to come run my live Tuesday night. And then depending on how I'm feeling, I will come back to it. So we will see. And what I am making tonight is I am working more on Sparkle. This is one that we picked out, you guys picked out for me to do, that my husband picked the kit out for me. You guys picked this out for me to do back in, oh my gosh, when was this? Forever ago. It's like sometime this summer. And so I've got all 356 of the little triangle units done. And I figured out I may end up having to fix some of them. So we're just going to work on the half square or the quarter square triangles first and see what's going on. Let's see. Chloe's going to stop by. Patricia's going to be there. Chloe's going to, I already read that one. Judy's going to be dropping in and out. Joy said, I'll be there, Katie. Not sure I can make the whole 12 hours, but I'm sure going to try. Oh my gosh. I did the full 12 hours last year, you guys. I was on live with Katie the full 12 hours. And when I got to hour like 3, I stepped out for a minute, I think, at hour 3. And my husband said, how long are you going to be on this? I said, it's a 12-hour thing, honey. And he's like, oh. That's not what I thought you were gonna do. I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Katie says that she needs to go shopping for snacks and easy food fixes tomorrow. Right? We did have a blast. And that quilt that I was working on your 12-hour live last year, that ended up being a Christmas gift this year. So I don't know how much of it I will be logged in for because I still have a Zoom to run the next day during the New Year's Day mystery over at Stitchin Heaven. So we will see how much I can handle. My body has been shutting down on me lately, so we're just gonna try it out. Am I doing a live Wednesday morning? No, I am not. It is going to be Zoom only. Stitchin Heaven goes live at 9 a.m. my time Wednesday morning. So that Zoom is going to be open probably like 8 a.m. I'll like open it up like an hour beforehand. That way if I have any technical stuff to get going, I can get that going. Let's see. We did have a blast, Katie. You're right. Let's see. What is it? Just register, but won't be there for all of it. That is okay, Jackie. That is absolutely okay. And there's going to be people in there that are not sewing on the New Year's Day Mystery Project, and that is okay too. So 2 years ago, I did Christmas fabric, and it was whatever I could pull from my stash. And then last year, my husband wanted a springtime quilt. So everything was springtimey looking fabrics. And so this year it is actually going to be red, white, and blue because I need some more Quilts of Valor. So it's actually Rob's colors, but it's more Tiffany style because I will be, working on precision. I will definitely be sewing on my Hope PMQ along with making that love block. Awesome, Katie. Yeah, you made that last year. Let's see. Welcome in, Diana. Glad you are here. Yes, I will send out the links as well. The links will go out. Trying to think. The links are going to go out early. There. Okay, so everything closes midnight, New Year's Eve night, Mountain Time. Oh, you're fine, Joyce. I understand that. What am I thinking? I'm thinking something. Brain needs to think. Okay, so everything, I'm going to close the registration, Tuesday night at midnight my time. So sometime between midnight and 8 a.m., I will get those Zoom links sent out. So everybody will get an email, Wednesday morning with that Zoom link. Oh yeah, absolutely, Jackie. She's like, I'm sure I'll have at least one work in progress I can work on. Yes, absolutely. That is what it is all about. That's absolutely what it's all about. Welcome in, Tasha Quilts. She says, hey, everyone, listening while I wait for NyQuil to take me to lovely sleep. Oh. Is now when I need to ask her for a super chat? No, I'm just kidding. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I don't ask anybody for anything when they are under the influence of medications that I know that are mind-altering medications. Welcome in. Glad you made it. Yeah, so I went and asked, Becca had her live on Friday night, and I asked in her live chat whether or not she'd seen the temperature rings pattern. She hadn't seen it. mom and pop quilt shop. Laura Lynn hadn't seen it, I don't think. Who else did I ask? Who else did I put on the spot? Oh my gosh, I didn't wake up early enough for Donnell or for Sean. Who else did I put on the spot? I know I put somebody else on the spot. Oh my gosh. Oh, it was Deb and Mona, and Lisa. I put them on the spot asking them if they had seen it yet either. Yeah, I was in everybody's chat this weekend. Laura says, Tasha, I hope you feel better soon. Everyone seems to be coming down with something. Yes, they are. They absolutely are. Chloe says, working on my quilty goals for next year. Yes. Got a lot of those. You got the 2020 special for the first time, always late to trends. Judy just filled out the form. Awesome, Judy. Yay. Look forward to seeing you again. Yeah. I have, knock on wood, managed to bypass that so far. I want that pattern hanging beside you, but going to have to wait till February to get it. Oh, no worries. I know that it is not a cheap one. I know it. I got it. Welcome in, Melina. Yeah, I did a reality check, and I've got a friend here that does a reality check with me. And I was like, I feel bad because it's, it is so expensive. And she said, no, you do not need to apologize. That is a book. That is not just a pattern. That is a book. I was like, well, yeah, but she's like, no, it is appropriately priced because of what's in it. I was like, okay. So yeah, I have somebody here talking me off the ledge. Let's see. Oh no! Judy says that her husband has caught the crud that's going around. Oh my gosh. You guys can keep it. Do not pass it to me. I went to the doctor's office, maybe a week and a half ago, something like that. Yeah, right, Susan? You do not need to be getting sick in the middle of the move. That would be a mess and a half. So I was at the doctor's office waiting to go back, and this lady walks in with her 2 kids, and one's a teenager, and that's fine, no big deal, teenagers are cool, but she walks in with a teenager and then a younger child, and the younger child immediately runs to like the play stuff, which is close to where I was sitting, and then I overhear the mom telling the lady behind the counter that she thinks the oldest one has COVID, and I'm like, no. And I'm just sitting there panicked because I have so far dodged the bullet, but with as much stress as I've been under, it would be likely for me to catch something right now, which I really don't need to do. And so they called me back right as the mom and older daughter were coming into the room. Oh, thank you, Chloe. She says she was right about the price. Thank you. Yeah, it took me a lot of work. I ran out of bobbin. I knew I was going to. Oh. Yeah, I hope everybody who's caught whatever crud's going around is getting over it quickly. Is not any kind of fun. With any luck, I will not be in that same boat with you guys in January. So starting on the 1st, unless something changes magically, we've got our fingers crossed. Unless something changes magically, I will not have insurance to cover my infusions. So I will be going off of them basically cold turkey. And will not have most of the medications. Like basically whatever I've got now is what I will have, and when I run out, I will run out. So I'm seriously hoping that something comes together and I don't, completely lose insurance. But I'm not super confident that I will get through it without losing it. And so I may be in the same boat as everybody else, but I may be catching it in late January. Judy says, thank you, Laura. He never gets sick, so hopefully he bounces back quickly. Yeah, that's usually how I do. If I get sick, I bounce back quickly. Judy says that she got the flu shot and has been taking extra vitamins. Yeah, no, I cannot get the flu shot. That is the one I cannot get. I can get, all the others, but I cannot get the flu shot. because every time I have gotten it, that is the year that I catch the flu. I don't catch it if I don't get the flu shot. My immune system is working overdrive and it's attacking my joints. That's what psoriatic arthritis is. So, yeah, we're going to see if I can get away with not catching it. We're going to hope. So, awesome. That's awful about the medications. Do your best. Yeah, I know. I've got an appointment on Tuesday morning with possibly my last holdout hope of getting it's not going to be so much a quote-unquote stay of execution to my insurance, but it might be a Hail Mary pass around the problem, so that we're hoping that works. So, yeah, we've got a lot going on in the background. But, all right. Welcome in, Jess. She says, hi, Tammy and chat friends. Welcome. So I have a question. So how many of you guys follow Tiffany at Tiffany's Quilting Life? I know feels like a loaded question, but trust me, there's a method to my madness. I think ever since I worked in the ER and have been exposed to so much crud that I got a good immune system. Yeah, I think I worked in a pharmacy, so mine could be due to pharmacy. Oh my gosh, this is like really big or something's really small. Let's see what the difference is. Something is big or something is big. Let's see, Patricia and Susan and Katie do. Okay. Alright, so it looks like my black is too big for some reason. Okay, it's just this one square, I think. Alright, Laura watches her. Awesome. Okay, so if you guys watch her last Sunday and this Sunday, the question, Joyce, is whether or not you watch Tiffany over at Tiffany's Quilting Life. So Jackie says I watch her occasionally. Yeah. Linda watches her. Diana does. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, she had like 1,000 people on there. She was 6 tonight. Yes, she was. Okay. Melina and Joyce also watch her. Okay. So, the pattern she was doing tonight is the same one that she was doing last week. I did not watch her last week. So, I did not know what pattern she was doing. I had no idea. Well, little old me, I've got a pattern in my head, and I saw that block that she's doing somewhere else, completely unrelated, somewhere else. And she's not doing it in the same sizes that I would be doing it, but that exact pattern is what I was planning for February. I don't know if it's a great minds think alike issue or what. Do you guys still want me to do it? Or do you want me to come up with something different? I wasn't going to do the same color she's doing, but I was going to be doing it so that you could use charm squares. I was going to figure out the quilt math. She created her pattern. Yeah, I saw a quilt with that exact same block on Pinterest, and it sparked my interest, and that's where I went and drew mine, and I was going to be doing the math to do it in charm squares. So I did not know that she was doing that exact same block until I logged in today. Welcome in, Pam. She says, good evening, Tammy and all. Welcome. So, do you guys want me to do that same layout, that same kind of pattern? I don't know what I did. Some of these are not the same size. And figure out the difference later. Because I'm not trying to step on toes. And I don't know what sizes all of her stuff is. But it was going to be a freebie pattern anyway. I wasn't going to be charging for it. It was just going to be the freebie pattern for February. Patricia says you can still do it. Fine with me. Okay. Because I know we were looking for like a charm square friendly, and that's kind of what popped into my head with trying to use charm squares, is something along those lines, and I saw it. Susan says, I think it's okay if you do. Okay. Yeah, I just don't want to get anybody upset that I'm trying to copy her, because that's not what I was intending to do. It's actually a regular pattern. Like, it's a regular quilt block that's out there. I don't know where, I don't know who has it in print so much as, I think it's fine, do what you're planning. Okay. That's probably what will happen. So, you guys have been warned. The block in February is going to look fairly similar to what Tiffany was doing. And it was completely unintentional to start with. I did not realize until I'm going in and out on sound. Let's see. Tell me if that makes it any better. You let me know. And is it picking up too much of my machine? Oh, you know what? It's picking up a lot of my machine. Hang on. Let me go adjust my machine. Let me go adjust my settings real quick. I think it's there. Let's go take a look. And I don't want to test audio. Why do I not have the... Okay, there we go. Yeah, we're not changing that. Not on the live. Okay. I don't know that I have... I don't know what that's going to do. Makes any difference. You guys let me know. So my microphone is going in and out. Okay. Because I have not done anything different. You know what? We'll turn off my fan too. Let's see if that helps. I went in and out better now. Okay, so it might be YouTube as well. But it would probably be my broadcast since multiple people... Patricia says just close out and go back in. It worked for me. Yeah, so I don't know if it's a setting or something, because I haven't changed anything on my side. So I don't know what's... Judy went out and came back in. Sounds good now. Okay, awesome. Yeah, crossovers between channels. Yeah, there are. Welcome in, Kelly's Quilts and Cruises. She says, good evening, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Glad you are here. I just realized that, like, my head is at the very, very top of what you guys can see. Strange to think about. Strange to think about. I do not know what I did with these blocks, you guys. I don't know what the size problem is. I don't know how I did this. But there is definitely... Some of these are not cut the same as some of the others. So we're just going to work with it. We're just going to work with it. And we do have a lot of wind here right now, too. So maybe that could be playing into some of the internet issues, if that's what's causing the hiccup. I don't know. I don't know. YouTube and technology tonight are confusing. Oh. So I do not know how many of these I'm making. I did not look to see. But I was working earlier. Yes, thank you, Judy. She says, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. So I was working earlier tonight on the April giveaway quilt, the April Sew and Tell giveaway quilt. I've got the center block done, and I've got some things trimmed that needed to be trimmed, and I now have the sashing cut to upsize the blocks that I need to upsize to make them larger. And what else do I have done? I have, oh gosh, what do I have done? What did I get done? I worked some more on land that I love today. That's been a challenge because I am going back and working on November's blocks, you guys. I am still not done with November's. I'm done with December's, but I am still not done with November's blocks. How many of you guys are doing that quilt? How many of you guys are doing land that I love? I've got 23, as of earlier tonight, I've got 23 of the 36 blocks put together. So we're going to see if I can get the rest of them done this week. Or I was going to say this weekend, but today's the last day of the week. Or the last day of the weekend. Maybe I should have thought about this before I started doing this. You know what? We're going to start pairing whites off. Because I think the whites I have more of. So we're going to start pairing the whites off. So I can get to the... Judy's still working on her Crown Royal quilt. I keep seeing in like the local Facebook marketplace groups, I keep seeing people selling off a stack of Crown Royal bags. I'm so tempted. So tempted. Does anyone have snow? Our Bernese mountain dogs would be thrilled for snow, but I live near Vancouver, British Columbia, and we don't get it very often. I do not have snow yet. We normally do have snow, but by what my husband was telling my dad earlier, it sounds like we will have snow soon. So maybe later this week we'll have snow. I am so looking forward to some snow. I have been missing the snow. We moved here because it snows. And all it has snowed so far has been when it's like 40 something degrees outside. And it melts before it hits the ground. So we have not had any snow yet that has stuck beyond the little bit that we got right before Halloween. We got a little bit of snow before Halloween, and then we have had nothing since. Now, other parts of the state have gotten snow. Joy says that she got snow the day after Christmas and supposed to snow again tomorrow. Yeah, I think he's saying that we're supposed to snow here tomorrow. So I'm hoping that it actually does. Susan says that her snow is almost gone. Yeah, ours did not last long. Ours never does, though. The snow we got before Christmas melted. Says Chloe, it's in the 50s and foggy here. It is 47 here. It was 51 earlier today. It was crazy warm. That is not... I seriously think because my husband is homesick for Alabama that the weather gods just decided to send us Alabama weather. I'm not cool with that. Kelly says Crown Royal is not allowed in our house because many years ago hubby had a problem after drinking far too much. It was 5 degrees today. I think it's like 40. Oh my gosh. So I don't drink Crown. I melted a lot today, sisters. Yeah. I don't drink Crown, but I would love to do a Crown Royal bag just because there's a challenge to it. Like it's not an everybody has one of these quilts kind of thing. It's more that than anything else. Let's see. Jackie says we have barely had any freezing weather at all this year. Crazy weather here, right? Welcome in, Ryan. Glad you're here. Let's see. Pam says no snow. My part of Missouri attempts to drop this week, so maybe by the weekend, right? I think we're all going to start seeing snow in January, and I think we're going to start paying for the lack of snow. I think this first part of 2025 is going to be payback for a mild winter so far. Let's see. Judy says, Kelly, I've been gifted all the bags. I don't drink that much. Yeah, I don't drink enough to warrant buying even a bottle of Crown. I drink occasionally Jack, and I drink a few other things, but that's not, like, Crown is not something that I drink. So I never have any. I would never get a bag for any reason. Susan says I'm going to listen and try to get a little more packing in before the end of the day. Absolutely, Susan. Absolutely. We will be cheering you on. We'll be cheering you on. Packing is no fun, especially when you're packing up as much as you're having to pack. You've got a workout ahead of you. Let's see. None here either. Joyce doesn't drink at all. Yeah, see, I drink sparingly. And with my meds, I'm not supposed to drink. Welcome in, Melanie. I saw you won earlier tonight. Congratulations. Or earlier today, rather. Earlier today. And then, so I do drink occasionally, but I don't drink enough to warrant having a bottle of anything. Like, it doesn't, there's no sense in having a full bottle of anything. And, like, we will occasionally do mixers and such. But, you know, it's so rare that we do anything or drink anything like that. So it's not, we don't keep it in the house or anything. Judy says, I'm doing it for the challenge of trying to do something different. I only like Crown Peach, but Emerald is my preferred choice. Yes. Melanie said it ends. Yes, thanks. You're welcome. I was so trying to win, too. I was trying to see if my winning streak was going to keep holding, because winning at Mom and Pop's, I have not won on anybody's channel before, so that would be kind of cool to actually win. Let's see. I would weigh less if I did not drink at all, but well, whatever, says Kelly's Quilts and Cruises. Cholesterol high. Yes. All right. I got to turn this fan back on, you guys. I'm sorry. But I will set it so it doesn't go into the microphone and maybe mess with it any. See, that's what I want it for, Judy, is I want to do a crown quilt just for the challenge of doing a crown quilt. I've got one lady here in town who was supposed to be contacting me about a t-shirt quilt. She hasn't contacted me yet. And then I've got another that I need to do embroidery for, but I'm still waiting for information from her too. So yeah, it's crazy. Judy says a bottle of any alcohol will last probably 2 to 3 years. Yeah, we haven't. We bought what we've got right now in the house. We bought before we moved up here, so it got transported from Alabama, and none of them are more or less than half a bottle. Everything is half a bottle or more. Melanie hasn't had a drink in over 9 years. Drew says, when I did drink, I weigh a lot less than I do now. Yeah, that's the other thing. So some people can drink and weigh less, and some people drink and weigh more. It just depends on how your body metabolizes it. What did we win? I won a quilt block. Laura Lynn made the Cuckoo Clock quilt blocks. It's, I believe, in Elizabeth Hartman. It's either Elizabeth Hartman or Art East. So she made some quilt blocks, and she was giving away 4 of the quilt blocks. Katie says that she's going to drink a couple shots of Crown on New Year's Live, and my bottle is 3 years old now, and it can keep indefinitely. Yes, right? Like if I drank on my live, it would be a shot of Jack, or it would be Jack on the Rocks. I need to get some ice actually, so I can do Jack on the Rocks. We have no ice. We do not have an ice machine in our fridge, and we just don't keep the space for it. Gold and black label Crown, says Katie. I gotcha. It is Elizabeth Hartman. Awesome. Thank you, Jackie. I appreciate that. Joy says that she quit drinking in 96. Yeah, I wasn't able to drink by 96. I was still not legally allowed to purchase it back then, so you stopped before I ever started. Jess says that she hasn't drank in years, but college is a blur. Yeah. Now, I will say this. College is not a blur for me. I did maintain everything during college. Like, I did not lose track. All right, let's see. Let's pair these off because I'm getting down to the wire, and I don't want to end up with 2 black fabrics together. Not that I probably won't end up with blacks together later, but I kind of want to to not end up with so many together. Okay, so I have one square. Somehow, I have one. No, I got more than one. Okay. Panic. Panic moment. All right. So we're going to pair that and that. And we're going to separate those two. Okay, now I got my sets. So everything is paired up and something, something different. Katie, I'll have a shot with you on the 31st, but I'll be digging the bottle of Absolute vodka out of the freezer. Yes, that would be the other thing to dig out. I do not drink it straight, but I do drink that. That would go in a mixer for me. Let's see. Katie, I'll have some wine with you, says Diana. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no. So I cannot, I did not drink enough in college to make it a blur. I grew up knowing that my family history has a bad history of addiction. So whether it's alcohol, whether it's smoking, whether it's illicit drugs, or, whatever. My family has a genetic predisposition to addiction. So no matter what I did, I knew that was something I wanted to avoid, is getting to the point of, ending up like some of my family. So I made the conscious decision that if and when I do drink, or if and when I do, have whatever, that I am only having that, I'm only having one. It doesn't matter how good it is, doesn't matter what else I'm doing, but I stop at one. And even now, I have an accountability partner. So anytime I pour myself anything, I send a picture of what I poured to them. And even though I've never gotten that close to drinking more than just, the one drink at a time, and it really doesn't do anything for me, but for me, that mental challenge of knowing that I have somebody that is going to look at, what I drank, and is going to keep tabs on what I drink and how often and when and all of that. They can tell me better when I drink than I can tell them. And that's kind of why I have an accountability partner for it. It's mental for me. Let's see. Kelly says, Katie, you would have to be careful since we're dining with friends later. The wine will be flowing. I like vodka with Coke Zero, Coke Zero sugar, and some lime. Great in the summer. I'll be honest, I have not experimented much. My meds kind of make it hard for me to experiment, though, too. All right, so now I'm at the end. Well, Katie, I'll be drinking coffee and Gatorade with you all New Year's. There you go. That's the way to do it. All right, so I have been sewing all of these half square triangle sections. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the other end. We're going to go to the end we started at. And we're going to sew the other 1/4 inch away from the center. So we've sewn 1/4 inch away from the center. Now we're going to sew the other one. And then I will be able to start cutting these apart. And I did not bring scissors over here, so I will have to go find scissors. They're on my shelving back here. I cleaned up this studio, you guys. Seriously cleaned up. I moved all my rulers. My rulers were across the room, and they are now near my door. So I can get up and go get them if I need to, and they're not all the way across the room. It's, it's so nice to have everything clean. I was joking with someone, and I said, yeah, I was doing spring cleaning. And they said, I think you're off on your seasons. I said, yeah, I know. I might be off on the seasons, but it is still spring cleaning for me. So the only thing I have not done is I haven't I haven't vacuumed. I need to vacuum. Chloe says, not a drinker, but I use Kahlua. My birthday cake. Yes. So I have a friend that does Bailey's in their coffee every morning. And I'm not a coffee drinker. But, you know, if you can handle starting the day every day with just a little bit to make you feel a little bit warm and fuzzy, you know, if that's what you want to do, then do it. But, you know, I'm kind of jealous. Judy says I do that with my husband. I count his drinks, and then after 4, I just tell him last call. I only will have 2 drinks and switch to water. I always have to be in control. Yes. See, my husband will have a drink, and he's fine. Like, he just drinks 1 drink, and he's fine. Me, depending on what was in the drink, I could have 1 drink and be fine. Or I could have 1 drink and be worse than the college student that, you know, needs a ride home. Like, I fully admit I cannot drink an Irishman under the table. That is not going to happen in my lifetime. I'm not going to be that person. I've never been that person. I can't do it now. Won't try to aspire to do it. But I do occasionally like to have something. There was some lady, oh my gosh, I don't remember who. I think I found it on Facebook. So I can't attest. My bobbin is not out. I can assure you my bobbin is not out of thread. The sensor might be dusty, but it's not out of thread. Yep, she's still stitching fine. What was I going to say? I completely lost my train of thought, you guys. I'm so distractible. It's crazy. I have absolutely no idea what I was talking about. So anybody who wants to remind me, I can't remember. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't think I've gotten that distracted in a while. Let's see. But yeah, so when I did the cleaning the other day, gosh, how many days ago? Hubby and I are way more tan than we used to be, but we were also in our mid-50s, so everything takes longer to recover from than it used to. That gets me right back on topic. Okay, so she did a test, and she mixed some alcohol with, I think it was rum. And I think she was mixing rum or it was tequila. It was either rum or tequila with Coke. And apparently you get drunker off of rum with Diet Coke than you do with rum and Coke. And she did a breathalyzer. She was staying in. She wasn't leaving and going anywhere, you guys. She was doing this all at home. But with, I think, the Diet Coke, she actually got more, she was more intoxicated, breathalyzer intoxicated, than she was with a regular Coke. And that, or is vice versa, one or the other. I think it was Diet Coke, though. So, swapping what you mix it with is majorly crazy. Katie says, sorry, I had to reboot this crappy laptop. I found my laptop that I forgot that I had tucked away in the closet. I found lots of crazy stuff, you guys. Lots of crazy stuff. I got rid of stuff I didn't need. That's, like plastic bags and all. And I got stuff put into better spots to hold it. I had lots of fun. Okay, that was what I was thinking of too. Let's see, I cleaned day after Christmas. So Thursday I cleaned. I don't drink all that much, y'all. I'm what my husband calls a lightweight. I drink occasionally. When I drink, I don't hold that much. Oh, no, wait. I cleaned on Friday. Because I still had Christmas up on Thursday night's live with Kathy. So this is my first live since I've done all that cleaning. So I cleaned all day Friday. So I spent all day Christmas Day locked away trying to get that pattern written. Didn't get it finished. And then got it finished day after Christmas. And then spent all the day the next day cleaning my studio. I spent a lot of time cleaning. Let's see. Oh, we used to party, hubby and I, but not for years now. I hate the After Effects. Yeah, the After Effects are crazy. Katie says gaming. Oh yeah. Welcome in, William. Glad you are here, sir. Kelly says if you have a lot of sugar and alcohol at the same time, the hangover is worse. I don't know. I think she was saying, though, if you did Diet Coke, you were more intoxicated than you were with regular Coke. I think. Don't quote me on it. But there is, like, some kind of something out there that you get more drunk with one than you do with the other. And she was breathalyzer testing or whatever to see what she was at. I'm trying to see where the end is. Because I sewed it all together. It's all in like a big ring. Oh, all these squares. Okay, there's the end. That's not too bad. The second round, it goes a lot faster. Because I'm not having to line everything up as much. Because it's already got one row of stitching lining it up. Let's see. Mike's with Sprite Zero. Ooh. That sounds like it would taste good, too. I might have to... No, I don't need to. I got what I got. Need to stick with what I got. Joy says, not true. I used to get my husband's hangovers. Oh. Yeah, you walked into the wrong conversation, William. Oh. Let's see. Katie says, I don't get hangovers from vodka at all, but if I overdrink whiskey or mixed alcohols, and yep. Oh, gosh. Have fun sewing, everyone, but I have to go. Hubby wants to watch a movie or something. Absolutely, Kelly. Have a good night. You're just now saying something, Jess. He's been here for a minute. Oh. I have never had an actual hangover. Now, I've gotten sick after having too much alcohol with not enough food. But I've never actually had a hangover. Not a true hangover. Not a true one. Not in a headache the morning after kind of deal. Never had one of those. I've never been just as sewing. Oh, yeah. Oh, excuses. William says that he hasn't had a sip of alcohol in like 14 years. Yeah, that's fine. That is absolutely fine. We got on the topic, I don't remember how. Maybe because Katie was saying she's going to have one shot of Crown on her New Year's Eve live. No, it's Judy's quilt. It's Judy's Crown quilt. Oh, Lord. My neighbors are being noisy, you guys. I don't know if you guys can hear them or not. My upstairs neighbors have, I guess, been staying in for the holidays. And they've definitely been utilizing every last bit of their space and reorganizing every last bit of it, I think. I think they're moving in. Joyce says that her husband never got hangovers either. See, my husband doesn't drink enough to get hangovers. I mean, the last time that I know of that he had one drink was back this summer. He got one drink. If I get sick after drinking liquor, I'll never drink it again. Mine was a frozen margarita. And I did not eat enough of my food at the restaurant. That was my fault. Entirely my fault. I know better. I knew better and I know better. So yeah, it's my fault. Jackie says, well, the older you get, the harder it is to go to work hungover, so you usually taper off. Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. You know, the fun thing is, you know, all these medications say, you know, don't drink alcohol, don't do this, don't, you know. They say don't operate heavy machinery until you know how this medication affects you. Did you know that whether or not they list it on there, technically, I think I said that wrong. Technically, your sewing machine counts as heavy equipment. So you're not supposed to operate your sewing machine until you know how this medication affects you. Judy says, that's why I don't drink tequila, vodka, Southern Comfort. So this one lady at one of my quilt groups, if she's still in the chat, I don't know if she is, she brings these bottles, and they're not alcohol, guys. They're not. She's not drinking while she's sewing. And she's not drinking in public with all of us. She's drinking water. It's like flavored water or something. Or it was juice and she puts water in the bottle or something. Because these bottles look like alcohol bottles. They look like vodka. And it's not, but it does look like it. So we give her a hard time. And then she pulls out these energy drink cans. And this one lady saw one and immediately thought that it was like a Budweiser. And it's not. It's an energy drink. It is not alcohol either. But we give her a hard time because her bottles look like, you know, she's drinking. Let's see, we were teens in the 70s and adults in the 80s. By the 90s, the drinking trying to work gets old. I'll never drink tequila again, not since 78. Okay, so here's my deal. Here's my deal with it. If I can drink and not end up on social media, then I'm okay drinking. If I'm drinking enough that I'm ending up on social media, then I really have a problem. That's how we're going to classify it. As long as I stay off of social media, then I am not drinking too much. That is not what the kids today understand. They might understand it that way, though. Welcome in, Kathy. She says, hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Glad you made it. We're working on Sparkle tonight. I'm actually almost through all... No, I still got another good 10 or so to go. Oh. Limu original bottles and Blue Frog burn. Yes. Oh my goodness. Those two brands do look like alcohol, but they are not. Absolutely do. Oh my goodness. So I told my husband that I was going to take down the... Oh, you're fine, Kathy. I told my husband I was going to take down all the Christmas because I needed to clean and that I needed to reorganize, and he didn't have to take it down throughout the rest of the house because he doesn't take it down until after New Year's. But when I told him that I was going to take it down, do you know that he waited until I took a break and then went and came in here and started taking stuff down? Jackie says, oh girl, I am so glad there wasn't anything called a cell phone back in those days, right? Right? They were bag phones first. I had one of those bag phones for a little bit, guys. That was a mess, let me tell you. Because if you didn't have it plugged into the cigarette lighter, then you didn't have any power to it. And if you didn't have any power to it, then if somebody called you, you couldn't answer. And then you got only like 15 minutes per month or something. I think that's what our plan was. I mean, I don't know for sure how many minutes we had, but it was like crazy low. Like, You can't even imagine only having 15 minutes of phone time now. Kathy says my Christmas will stay up until I can get my boxes back out of the closet to put them away. Yeah. So all of our Christmas that was in here is out on our kitchen table. That's where he put it, which is fine. And like I said, I didn't tell him he had to take Christmas down around the house, but he did have to take Christmas down in here. And then he said, I guess you're going to want Valentine's Day up. And hitting, oh my gosh, roaming. Yes, roaming. Roaming was so much of a pain. Oh my gosh. The kids today do not understand the pain of roaming. Because those calls were expensive. Oh my gosh, those things were expensive. But he said, I guess you're going to want me to decorate for Valentine's Day too, huh? I said, yeah. So, but you're going to wait until like mid-January. It's like, you can decorate for Valentine's Day, but it's not going up until maybe January 15th. So, there will be a Valentine's Day tree. And there will be Valentine's Day in here a little bit. Kathy says it left my boxes out, but my son and his wife and daughter are coming tonight to stay. He has a job interview. Oh, congratulations. Oh, Jackie, oh my gosh. My first bill was over $400. And back then, $400 is like $800 a day. Kathy put all of her boxes back in the closet. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All of ours are out in the garage. We have we pay for a garage storage unit, so but we can park the car in there too. So his car gets parked in that garage, mine gets parked out on the street, which is fine. I'd rather not deal with trying to bring the garage door opener upstairs and then walking all the way across to the garage. My parking space is a lot closer, which is what I need. So I will give up the garage for having the close parking space. You know, I remember back when I first started working at Verizon, and it wasn't like it wasn't roaming here in the States, but anybody who lived near Canada or lived near Mexico, oh my gosh, the roaming charges for just living near the border and not turning off the ability to find the international towers is crazy. Susan says her only Christmas is out still, her small tinsel tree. That needs to stay out until you move. Until the movers come on the 2nd, that needs to stay out. That way you can enjoy it. Let's see. Jackie says you learned about roaming really fast. Yes, you did. Mine will be in the shed once I can get them pulled back out. I'm currently pressing the land that I love. So I have got 23 of the 36 November blocks done. My goal before Thursday night is to get the other 14 done. And maybe get some setting squares, some setting triangles and such done. I don't know how far I will get, but my goal is to try. Welcome in, Nancy. Glad you are here. I do not have it all done. I do not have all of my December is done. Like all my December stars are done. Oh, Jackie says that she still has to take hers down too, Susan. I don't decorate. I don't have to take it down. That is all my husband's job. Now, I may have to pack some of it away, depending on what he decides to do with packing. So sometimes I go out there and I find out that I need to repack everything, which is really frustrating. But he does a really good job of decorating and undecorating. So normally the only thing that I ever have to worry about is repacking. So like when we get ready to move, I may have to repack some of it so that so that the movers don't damage anything. Pressing out the rows and then we'll assemble the stars. Awesome. I've got, so December is all done. All 23 stars. And then I've got, oh, I know, Susan. I know. She says it's so depressing and stressful. I know. I wish I could help with it. I really do. I do. At least you can, like, laugh at me come June when I'm having to do it all. You're allowed to laugh at me in June. What was I going to say? Kathy, while I've got you in the chat, are you going to do the same blocks that the author chose for her quilt? Or are you just going to choose which ones you want to do? Or are you going to choose an order? Do you want us to do the same block? So we're both doing the same blocks? Do you want us to do different? You tell me what you want to do. If you have an idea. Because I didn't even think about that. Because we have to have that cut before Thursday night. So Thursday I go to an all-day sewing this time. Because I would be going on Wednesday, but the place is closed. There you go, Laura. She says, Susan, you can get through it. I will be praying for you. Yes. Yes, absolutely. We will all be here with you, cheering you on, Susan. Alright, those are all in place. Just going to start with the first one, I think. It doesn't matter to me if we do the same or not. Okay, that works. Because I haven't even looked. Like, I have not even looked at the blocks yet. I have literally just... Alright, you guys see how much thread I got left? It's crazy. It's crazy. So, what am I thinking? Other than the fact that my studio is getting really incredibly hot. I may have to go open the window, guys. I think both of my neighbors have the heat on. Because it's not on in our apartment. So, let me go open the window. Because it's 71 already. Oh. And while I was up, I went ahead and grabbed a cutting mat. So I can cut these apart. And I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know if I want to go ahead and press these or what. I don't know what I want to do. Kathy says that she has her AC on right now. I wish my husband would freeze, so I can't do that. It's 45 degrees outside, but it is 71 in my room. And it was 66 in here earlier today, which was fine. And I can turn my heater on just long enough to knock off the chill. But, with this door closed, the only lights I've got on are my overhead lights. And the iron is not even turned to heat. So it's not the iron. There's just, it's crazy. It's crazy. I am so looking forward to not having to deal with this. Anyone want to know what our temps are today and tonight, says Katie. Absolutely, Katie. Hit us up with it. You tell us. What are your temps running? Because mine are supposed to be, let me pull up my week. We were supposed to be getting light rain and snow showers starting about 2 a.m. And it will not be cold enough for it to stick, and then starting tomorrow morning it will finally drop down below 32 about 4 p.m. So we might have some snow by tomorrow night. Yeah, so it's supposed to be 19 tomorrow evening. So yeah, we might actually get some snow that might actually stay for a few hours. Oh, 33 in Whirlwind right now. Oh my gosh. I would love to have that right here. That would be fantastic. 30, let's see. Okay, windows open because we have a fire going in the wood stove, but I'm melting. The men aren't. Jackie, you and me both. I have very rarely met a guy that can handle the temperatures that I like. The one person that I have met can freeze me out. The one guy that I've met that likes the cold temperatures can freeze me out. And it is not my husband. Kathy says that she had a fill of weather yesterday. Yeah, you had some crazy weather. My parents were dealing with that too. We were 8 degrees Fahrenheit, but by Friday or Saturday it might be around 38 Fahrenheit. Oh my gosh. You're going to be climbing back up. 49 in Western Kentucky, says Nancy. You guys, yeah, it should not be 45 degrees here. It should not be 45. We're in the 50s in the daytime, 30s at night, says Jackie. Yeah. That's the one thing I do not like about winter. I love the cold of winter. So, winter is allowed to be winter for me. Okay? I love the cold weather. Because you can always put more clothes on. My problem is that you dress appropriately for the winter weather, and you go into someone's home and it could be scorching hot and you're stripping layers. I'm just going, no, I'm good. This is not what I signed up for. This is not the winter I signed up for. Not at all. Not at all. So, are you guys excited to see what that giveaway quilts is going to look like in April? I've been working on it. I still got to sash the blocks. So it's not done. It's not done. Especially the hot flashes, says Jackie. Oh my gosh. I have not hit that yet, but we have thought that I might be. And no, I'm good. I did not sign up for this part of adulthood. This part of adulthood can kindly take a hike. My parents keep their house 75 in the winter, and I can't. Kathy, you and me both. If it gets above 71, I am sick as a dog inside. Since I've been sick, I'm always freezing, says Joyce. Yeah, that I understand too. 51 here and windy, says Melina. Yeah, it's windy here. It's blowing because it was opening and is messing with my door. Let me see what it says. Let me see if it tells me what my wind is right now. 18 miles an hour. It's not bad. It's been gusty though. Let's see. The wind gusts have been up to 37. So it's 18 right now with the 37 gusts. Yeah. So my temperature quilt for 2024, which I'm going to be sewing in 2025, is going to do the high, the low, the wind speed, and I'm going to go with the sustained wind speed for the day. Not the gusts as much as I want to, but just the sustained wind speed and the hours of daylight. That's what I'm going with. So you guys will get to see some real interesting. Casper's always been windy. Yes. I love that. Personally, I love it. You will not convince me that it is not worth having. 17 days and counting. 17 days to what? What am I missing? Keep mine at 72 in the winter. Oh, Judy. Yeah, nope. I can't do it. Can't do it. 72 is way too high. Way too high. My temperature in the house, we keep our thermostat at 67 most of the time. I will occasionally bump it up to 68 if the husband's cold. Or I will bump it up to 69 should I get cold. If I get cold, I will bump it up to 69 and it will stay there until it warms up enough. Until both of us are warm enough. Never made one. The temperature quilt? Yeah. That's what this thing is. That's what temperature rings is. For when my heart leaves, his mistress comes home to you. Gotcha. Oh, goodness. We're going to see how I did. I don't know how many of these I've got. What colors am I doing? No, I'm not doing the same colors. I have got a black grunge for the background. So where you see tan, the centers in here, the beige, that is going to be black. The data colors, the purple, blue, green, and tan that's in there, those will be red, orange, blue, and green. I don't know if it's in that order. I haven't decided what order yet, but it's going to be in that order. It's going to be those colors. Then, because this is my quilt, this one's going to be my husband's. Because this one's going to be my quilt, all of my setting squares are going to be the same color. So where you see March right here and then April, and those are two different colors, all of mine are going to be the same, and it's going to be a purple that you may see in there, but all of my outer rings are also going to be purple because it's my quilt. So yeah, so I'm doing completely different colors. You guys will get to see my colors when I post the video up. I will post it by New Year's Eve. So that means I need to get working on that tomorrow. But I will post up the video so you guys can see, my colors for 2025, what I'll be using in 2025. And you guys will get to see like how I'm going to organize it following the book, following the pattern. So all of that will be on that video too. So you guys will get to see a lot of that. I won't give numbers because you got to buy the pattern to get the numbers. You'll have to buy the pattern for the sewing template and all of that. But I will go over a lot of that. So yeah, I will go through that. Jackie says, I didn't realize it was a temperature quilt. Awesome. Yes, it is. I wanted to make a double wedding ring for forever. And I have had the dies for almost forever from AccuQuilt. And you do not have to have an AccuQuilt cutter to be able to make this pattern. AccuQuilt gave me permission. And I put all the stuff in there that I needed to put in there to give them credit for the template designs, for the cutting template designs. So all of that is in place, but you don't have to buy an AccuQuilt to be able to make it. Let's see. Joy says I keep mine at 70 in the house, otherwise my heater won't come on. Oh gosh, that would absolutely toast me. Judy says in the summer I have the air set at 76. Ouch. No, our air gets set at usually 71 in the summer, but it'll occasionally get knocked on for lower than that. Check to see if I had the dies, and the dies in AccuQuilt Go, so I will need to get the dies and the adapter for the dies. Yeah, so you can still get started even if you don't have the dies yet. Like, you don't have to wait on the dies to get started. The rough cutting and the prep and all of that, you won't need the dies necessarily until you're ready to assemble. So if it's going to take you 6 months or more to get the dies, yeah, you still have plenty of time to get the dies. So I mean, even with assembling this as quickly as I did, if I had not had the dies, it would have taken me forever. But there's a lot that you can do without the dies. So you can make a decision on the dies later if you need to as well. So there's no need to panic, I promise. Oh. Yeah, whoever wins a raffle, if you don't have the dies for the AccuQuilt Go die set, you don't necessarily have to go buy them. You can cut it without it. Would it be easier to cut with? Yes, absolutely. But you do not have to have it. Laura says, Judy, we set ours at 76 and the heat is 60. Oh my gosh. Joey says, no, I could quit here. I can't afford it. I don't blame you. I do not blame you. If I were making the decision today to buy something, or to do a pattern, if it was a matter of whether or not I could get an AccuQuilt, or buy an AccuQuilt in order to do it, I could not afford to do it right now. So I totally get that. And that's why I wanted to make it accessible. So you do not have to have the dies to do it. I mean, everything's included. I do recommend, if you're not going to use the dies and you don't have another template set, rotary cutting template set, that you get template plastic. That is the method that I'm using for everyone to cut their pieces at the end before you assemble it together. I'm using template plastic as the method. So now I know, like, Debbie over at Quilt Effect has a double wedding ring rotary cutting set. So that's what I was thinking about too, is like if your rotary cutting set that you've got, or you happen to come across one and it's affordable, or you can borrow it or something like that, if it matches closely enough, you can use it. Laura says, sometimes I bump it up in the morning to 70, then by noon back to 68. Yeah, I can't bump our heat up to 70 because I will bake. I will absolutely bake. And it's no fun baking. That's not the fun kind of baking. Baking is when I want to bake something else other than myself. I think this is going to be all I'm going to manage to get done tonight. But that's okay. That's okay. I have a double wedding ring templates. Yeah, so if they will fit, you absolutely can use them. I have written the pattern with the intent and giving overages so that you can use it. I did think it was a wedding ring until you said otherwise. Yeah, it is absolutely. Oh, thank you, Nancy. She says, please give thumbs up, show love. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, and I am doing a raffle. So if you guys want to enter the raffle to win the pattern for the double wedding ring, a super chat enters you in the raffle. It doesn't matter what amount of super chat, but a super chat enters you into the raffle. Laura says, I bought plastic cutting boards at Dollar Tree to use for templates, and it works well and less expensive. Ooh, are you talking like the foldable, like big, if you're thinking those are fantastic. When I go to Billings, I'll look for the templates. What size do I need? They would fit an 11.5 inch die block. If you can send me an email, Joyce, as to what stores you're thinking about going to. I do not mind looking to see what kind of templates they might have and see. If you're talking about the template plastic, so the biggest size you will need 9.5 inch square. So if you can draw on and cut out a 9.5 inch out of template plastic, that will be your largest piece. That's going to be your centers. If you can cut a 9.5 inch, you should be able to get that out of there. If they have it in 10 inch, go ahead and get 10 inch or anything bigger. 10 inches or bigger would be fantastic. The peel and the arc shape, you could also fit those on a 10 inch square. So if you can get 2 10 inch squares, then that would be plenty of template plastic. I'm with you on the AccuQuilt. I'd rather spend the money on fabric. Yeah, I understand, Jackie. Oh, I totally understand. Right now, if I did not have the AccuQuilt, there'd be a lot of things I could not do. The templates. Okay, yeah. I don't know what templates they have available. And without having the pattern printed, it'd be kind of hard to tell you kind of what sizes you're looking for. Jackie says, I think I have the templates for the wedding ring in a quilt pattern book from the 90s. It has plastic templates for every pattern in it. Oh my gosh, that's really cool. Kathy says, my husband found this one online. It came about 20 dies, and he paid less than what just the machine would cost for all of it. Yes. The AccuQuilt that you got? Yeah, you got a steal of a deal on that, Kathy. They're thicker than template plastic, but easy to cut, and you get 2 in each package. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, yes, absolutely, Kathy. Have a good night. She said her son is here now, so she'll go. Have a good night, all. So if you have a specific store in mind, Joyce, that you're going to go to in Billings, if you will email me what the store is that you're thinking of, and I will look and see what templates they've got, like the rotary cutting templates that they've got for double wedding ring, and I will see if any of those are compatible with the pattern. I will ask them to help me see if they're compatible. I do not mind doing that. And you're going when? Let me go back, because you said when you were going. Oh no, you didn't say when you're going. Okay, yeah. Let me know. Send me an email and let me know, and I will be more than happy to look up their store and potentially call them if I can't find the information I need, and see what double wedding rings they've got and see which ones will work. I don't mind doing that. I haven't been to any of the stores in Billings yet. I really want to go. You can take me with you, right? On the 15th. Okay, yeah. Okay. I will look and see what I might find, what I might come across if I was looking for myself, and see what we can come up with. Hobby Lobby for sure. I do know that I have not ever seen double wedding ring templates at Hobby Lobby, which is really shocking, actually. I would have thought I would have seen some, but I have never seen any at Hobby Lobby. Never seen them there. So what's going to happen with all of these, in case you guys are wondering? So I'm going to take from the bottom and from the top, and so I will press this, and I will probably press, well, I don't know. I may press to one side, I don't know. And then I will take the other unit that I've got, and I will lay them right sides together after they're pressed, and I'll do the same thing that I've done today. I'll sew down one side and then back up the other and cut down the middle, and that will give me 2 quarter square triangle units, and then I'll be matching that each of these triangles to the units that I've got over here, the ones that I've already got, the 356 ones. Found my an estate sale. They were still in the package, and it was from Hobby Lobby. Oh, okay. Well, maybe they do have them. I've never seen them, though. That's news. Okay, I may have to go to Hobby Lobby and go see if I'm missing something. Maybe ours just doesn't have it. Maybe that's what it is. I've just never seen them. You guys got to help me out then. I will be more than happy to point you in directions of ones that I think will work. Because I want this pattern to be accessible, so that is absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. I did quarter square triangles earlier today. There were quarter square triangles that went into the center block of the April giveaway quilt. The brand is OmniGrid. Okay. I will take a look and see if the OmniGrid double wedding ring quilt templates will work. That would be cool. Thank you, Judy. I appreciate that. I honestly didn't know they existed. I did not know OmniGrid made a version. See, you guys are teaching me. You guys are teaching me. Yeah, these are... It's already 9:20 almost. And I'm still cutting these apart. And this is not even pressing them. Oh, and I still have more of the triangles to press too. So they're not all ready. And I may end up sizing everything down just a little bit so I can have a perfect seam on everything. I don't know. I don't know. Because some of the triangles didn't come out the way I wanted them to. So I don't know if I'm going to fix it. Awesome. Judy says she found them a couple of years ago. Thank you. No, my most recent estate sale purchase, I found a little water globe music box that was sewing related. Had like little mice all around a sewing machine. So I found that. That was probably a few months ago. I don't remember. We found something else, and it was little. The person who was moving had made all of these little, and they're probably like 8x10. Like they're smaller than a sheet of paper, but they're little wall hangings for each season. Or some for the months or whatever. Right now, so like for January, it's supposed to be Let It Snow. So there's like a snowman and the words Let It Snow. And I think it's all embroidered. Some of the others are applique. But they're all like 8x10 little wall hangings. Some of them have a little wooden dowel glued to them so that they hold up. Do I have my fabric cut for New Year's Day? I do. I managed to get that done today. I started with, was I working on that yesterday? I was working on that yesterday. That was what I did yesterday. I didn't do that today. I did that yesterday. I was so proud to get it done. It was a lot of cutting. That was a lot of cutting. I do not have anything marked on the back. But I'm figuring because it's diagonals, I can just use my diagonal seam tape, and I should be fine. So that's what I'm going to go with, is we're going to use the diagonal seam tape. And we're going to make it work. Now, I guess I should ask the question, who else has their fabric cut for New Year's Day? Who is doing Stitchin' Heaven's Mystery, and who has their fabric cut for New Year's Day? Mine was washed and pressed, but now it's cut. I still have to cut my fabric for January 4th. That is not even close to being cut. Susan says, done for the night. Took project totes to my car so I wouldn't accidentally pack them. Took my sewing machine down and into my wagon. That way, no distractions. Oh my goodness. That's the hard part. Rayanne says that she hasn't cut hers yet. Okay. Well, you won't get everything sewn on New Year's Day. I can go ahead and tell you that right now. Even from the Speed Demon, you will not have everything. You also have a box almost full. Yay! You will not have everything sewn on New Year's Day. Even the Speed Demon does not have everything sewn that day. Not adding to my projects right now, only so much time. Believe me, I understand. Well, that's the nice thing about these recorded ones. Like the Perfectly Plaid that I'm going to do on January 4th. And the freebie project in February. And working on Fab Farm. They're all recorded. So you can always come back to them. So when you get around to working on that particular project, if you want to work on that project, then it's there for you. It's there for you. I love it. Good job, Susan, says Chloe, and great job, Susan, says Joyce. Yes, absolutely. I am in complete agreement. Susan, are they moving you out, or do you have to move herself? I think they are moving her out. They have a moving company coming in to do it all for her, I believe. Correct me if I am wrong, Susan. Because they've got 8 apartments to move out. I don't think they'll make everybody move themselves. That is true, Tammy. Yep. Replays are so much fun. Laura says, good job, Susan, right? Yes. So proud of her. We are her cheerleaders. They are doing the moving. Ah, perfect. You just have to live with boxes for a bit. Which is the hard part of it. It's not the hardest. The hardest part is the packing. Then you'll have unpacking to do. That is the next hardest part coming, is the unpacking. I despise packing, but I despise unpacking even more. My thing with unpacking is, I don't know, I guess I don't feel like everything goes into a spot very easily, and then I'm having to fight and find spots for stuff, and that is always such a struggle for me. So I will say this, when we move, my first job when we move in somewhere is I unpack the kitchen. I don't have to unpack the pantry or any of the food or whatever. I just have to unpack the pots, pans, dishes, all of that, because my husband wants me to decide where they all go. Because if he unpacks it, I will never be able to find anything. Absolutely cannot find a thing. Welcome in, Andrea. Judy says, I think the hardest is the packing. I feel your pain, Susan. Yeah, packing is hard, but unpacking is equally hard too. Howdy, everyone. I've been here since the beginning. Just been working on Land That I Love. I'm taking a break to say howdy. Oh, welcome. Yeah, I've got 23 of my November blocks done. I got to go back and finish the other 14, but all of my December ones are done. All right. So all of the half square triangles are sewn for the first round. These are going to become quarter square triangles. These are all sewn for sparkle. And so my next step will be pressing them. And I'm going to have to press the seams to one side, I think, for everything to nest very well. So that's going to be my next thing. This says I got both borders sewn on my quilt while watching. One more quilt to add to the pile sandwich. Yes. I've got so many. I need to probably count them. I've got 4 that are ready to quilt, that have the batting and the backing and everything. And one is partially quilted. It was going to be my show quilt last year, and I'm not happy with the quilting, so I may have to rip it out. I haven't decided yet. I may just leave the quilting in there and just bite the bullet with it. I don't know. So we'll see what I end up doing, because I don't know yet. Don't know. Alright, so like this is one of the triangles. So what's going to happen is when this matching fabric in this half square triangle becomes a quarter square triangle, then that point is going to go out that direction. Tammy, that is a no-no. What did I do? Oh, ripping out the quilting? Probably. It just means that it's not going in a show like I'd planned. I wanted it to go in the show. Like, I wanted it to go in the quilt show. But I don't think it's going to happen. So it's going to probably just get quilted with what I got left. Or with what, quilted, however I can. With whatever, room I got left to quilt. Oh, the yawning? Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Not intentional, I promise. Yeah, not intentional. They are contagious. I'm so very sorry. Okay, and I'm moving them camera too, unintentionally. I want to show you guys though. I want to show you. Nancy says that she caught it. I'm sorry. Alright, let me grab my mouse. Wherever my mouse went. Alright, let me take you guys off of this. I'm going to show you guys what I've done. So, let me go back to pulling this up. And I'm going to make this bigger so you guys can see it better. If I can. I know I can. Alright, there's the right camera. There we go. A little bit bigger. Not by much. Hang on. We're going to go a little bit bigger. Looks like you're going to add another thread spool to your 2024. Nope, nope. It's going in 2025. I've already made the decision. It is going into 2025. Alright, let's see. Hey, this might actually work. We're going to try it. Alright. So this is what I'm seeing, you guys, while I'm sitting here. So off to the side, there's my long arm, and then there's the fabrics for the January 4th quilt, the perfectly plaid, sitting on my long arm. There's my window open. And up above these thread racks, these thread squares that I've got up there, is my little memory board. And that I got back in college, or back when I graduated high school. And so what I do is, on an important quilt, or a quilt that I think about it, I cut little strip pieces and I'll put those on there. Just kind of reminds me of things that I've done that I kind of forgot about. I actually have one of those up there actually two of those up there are projects I need to still finish. So it's a good reminder that I have them. And then you guys see my plant is now growing. She has outgrown her little like drape over. So I've now got her draped on a hook. So she's growing up my wall. And then, so this rack that she is sitting on is now all long arming supplies. So I don't have to have bins on the floor and moving around. Oh, welcome in, Christina, she says. Good morning from Sweden. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So I've got my long arming supplies close to where I'm going to use them. So now I'm not going to be struggling to find a place for them. Then I have redone my bookshelf. So the bottom shelf is, let me gently move this so you guys aren't getting sick from it. Bottom shelf is all my books still. That next shelf up, so these are my dies. These are my AccuQuilt dies. And then I have clips, like those magic clips. I have pins, the safety pins. I have all that in those glass jars down there. Then my little clock and my DMC thread box, my collector's box. And then I actually, because I pulled things out to show for you guys on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve, good job reorganizing, Tammy. That is on my list for 2025. I really needed to do this. So this top shelf, so the little box you're seeing right here is my presser feet and such for my Bernina. It's called a Barbie box. That's what they come in for the higher end machines. Then I have a little, trying to figure out where my finger is. There we go. I have a little fan that's a rechargeable fan that I take with me. And then this little rack right here that you guys are seeing, that is now going to have all my little knickknacks. That's got my little rubber duckies. I have a little pillow that one of my stepchildren had cross-stitched for me and made in class in home ec. So I have those there. And then in that little purple basket with the flowers, I have my long arming rulers and such. And then of course my thread rack is still there. It is not moving anywhere. Let's see, Susan says I did make my my 2025 UFO list. 8 of the 12 on my list are ones that either got packed last spring or been waiting patiently for me to work on when I can finally unpack. I totally get that. I totally get that. All right, I'm going to bring you guys off of that because my shelves in front of me really didn't change that much. Let me turn the light on that off because it's not necessary. And let's see if I can get this to where you guys can see what I did behind me a little bit that you guys can't see on camera. Okay, I can do that. We can do that. Let's see. So this is what you see. So you see my door there, and that's my chair. It's got a couple of hoodies in it right now, and this is the back side of my long arm table. So this is where I can sit to cut. That's the bottom of my rotary cutting mat that I'm using right now. There's a tray table ironing board back there behind my chair at the moment. But this is this little cubby rack that you guys have been seeing a little bit of that my Christmas tree was on. And my rulers used to be on the other side of the room, so I'd have to get up and I'd have to move my ironing board or move my sewing machine or move something to be able to get to my rulers. Now they are close to my cutting table, and I have my scissors in one of those little planter pot cup things over here. I've got spare rotary cutter, and I've got pens and pencils and all my random things that I keep up here. I have books here. I've got books and patterns here. I've got books and patterns below in the bottom. I've got packing and shipping supplies over here. And then down in this center cubby, let's see. There we go, center cubby. I have spools of stabilizer. I have a lot more in the closet. A ton more in the closet, but these are just the ones that are already open, or I've used them recently, or I think I might need them soon. So those are the ones that I kept out. And then off to the right hand side at the bottom is where the Granger catalog went. I also have some paints in there. I need to finish a project, but in these little bins I've got snacks, I've got spare Ziploc bags, I've got random things that I have no other home for. I have my embroidery hoop, my main embroidery hoop. I've got all of that in here. So that's what I have done. That's what I spent a lot of time working on Friday, was both reorganizing these shelves behind me, because of course my husband reorganized everything to put Christmas up. So now they're reorganized so they'll be functional for 2025. And I'm so thankful that it is done. Let's see, Susan said I did make my 2025 UFO list. Oh yeah, absolutely. 8 of the 12 are ones that either got packed last spring or been waiting patiently. Yeah. And then Chloe says you'll be able to get them out before you know it, Susan. Yeah, it is. And I agree. She says it's a hard transition. It is. It definitely is. So when I moved from Alabama up here, we had, oh my gosh, we had so much stuff. And I did 4 weeks of, actually 8 weeks, but 4 Saturdays of yard sales to get rid of things that we weren't going to be able to bring with us. Our patio set went, some of our outdoor equipment went. You know, we thought we were going to be moving into a house by now where we would need a lawnmower. So, you know, we've got our lawnmower still. Like, we've got things that we thought we were going to need, that we have not ended up needing. So, you know, we would be okay if we moved into a house and needed it. Like, we still have those kinds of things, but there's a lot that we got rid of, like lots and lots. I think the most amazing one to me is I went through our tools, and he had a few tools when we got married. I, of course, had more tools because I'm more mechanically inclined. But, guys, I do not know how many Phillips head screwdrivers we had and how few flathead screwdrivers we had. Like, we had one that was chipped. We had, we had really random things, like things that just didn't make sense. I think we had like 20 hammers, which we only need maybe 2. Like, there was so much that we just did not need. So we were able to get rid of a lot of that. We weren't going to need the wheelbarrow. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, thank you, Joyce. I appreciate it. I mean, our biggest thing, so, our challenge is we're looking for a place that is accessible. That's been our biggest challenge, is we need some place that's accessible. And there's not a lot of places that are accessible that are actually houses, or that are apartments that are affordable. We don't qualify for low income, even though, we are on fixed income. We don't qualify for low income, but we don't qualify, we need the accessibility, which is incredibly hard to find here. So, we've been stuck in the apartment, but we really do need a home, a place where we can spread out a little bit, stay there for a long time, all of that kind of stuff. Like, we need that. But I don't know, what our finances are going to look like come June. So we're yeah, it's going to be a challenge. But we got rid of a lot of things. And then, of course, being here, we've picked up some things that we just don't really need that badly. So we have accumulated things, just like you do when you live anywhere. So when we go to move in June, we're going to have to get rid of some things too. My studio is pretty pared down to what I had before we moved up here. But I will tell you, am I really? Oh my gosh, Chloe, thank you. She says, it's exciting. I'm only 5 away from 600 subscribers. Guys, that's fantastic. Do you remember that I only hit 500 at the end of October? So that means at the end of December, I am almost 100 away. Or I'm almost 100 subscribers added. So that's 2 months. 2 months I've gained 100. Almost. That's like crazy. That is absolute craziness. Oh my gosh. Like, when we moved up here, I had no idea I was going to be able to start a YouTube channel. I had no idea that I was going to turn everything into this. I had no idea. Guys, we are coming up. This is, gosh, let me see. I can tell you for sure. Thank you. Where am I at? There we go. All right. So, this upcoming Tuesday is, no. All right, episode 53 is January 28th. So that will be 1 year. That will be the extra week since I have started this channel, you guys. 52 weeks in a year. So the 52nd one is January 21st. That will be 52 weeks that I have been a YouTube content creator. I cannot believe that I've been on this journey for almost a year. I can't believe that coming up on that month. Okay, so it's less than a month and I will have been here a full year and I'm almost to 600 subscribers. I had no idea. I had no idea that I would get this done and have a pattern published in my first year being on YouTube. I just was doing this as a hobby. This was just a hobby. And it was something to keep me busy, something to keep me off the streets, keep me out of trouble. What we tell the kids, keep you off the streets and keep you out of trouble. This was something to keep me out of trouble. This was just something to give me time and space to do. And getting over there on Katie's channel last New Year's Eve for the 12-hour live, I realized that it wasn't as scary and it wasn't as unattainable to do my own channel. Like, there wasn't a whole lot of extra behind the scenes that I needed to do. It was just be myself and just be willing to put myself out there and share my passion for quilting. You guys have carried me the rest of the way. You absolutely have. I mean, and I am amazed. I am absolutely amazed. There is no idea. I had no idea I was going to be here. When I started this channel back in January, doing my first live with my hands shaking, and I think Sean showed up because I, blabbed on his channel and his chat that I was going to go live. I think, doing my first video, my gosh, that flying geese tutorial, I cannot tell you how nervous I was doing that video, just recording the video to publish, because I was sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, I need to edit this out. I need to edit this out. I need to do this. I'm amazed. You guys, as Judy says, you made it interesting and fun. Well, you guys make it interesting and fun for me, which is fantastic. You guys are giving to me as much as I'm giving to you, I think. Maybe, I hope. I hope I'm giving back to you guys as much as you're giving to me, because I really do appreciate it. I really do. I really, really do. Now, one of the plans that I've got for 2025 is I am going to, Chloe says, we also have fun. You might have told the story before, but where did the name The Siberian Wind come from? Great question, Linda. So I have told it, but that's okay. That is okay. So I was previously married to a photographer, and he did not publish his photos under his legal name. If he told you his legal name, you would go, what? Like, you would not believe him that is his legal name. It's one of those kinds of names. And so he published under a much more flamboyant name that he came up with. And he came up with it related to the Society for Creative Anachronism. So he came up with his name, and so he published under that name. He went by that name. So if people walked up to and said anything to him, and they called him by any part of that name, that publishing name, he responded to it. We were actually dating, and I did not know that was not his legal name for the longest. We'd been dating several months before I found out what his legal name was. But so that was his publishing name, and I realized that was a really good idea. Judy says, good night, everyone. It's going midnight and needs to sleep. Absolutely, Judy. Absolutely. So I realized that I kind of liked the idea of having a publishing name, so I can hide a little bit behind it, and, I don't apologize. That way I don't have any kind of confusion, so nobody's looking up Tammy and whatever my name is at the time. So nothing is published under Tammy and my last name, because my last name has changed throughout the years. So a publishing name I could hang on to. Well, my first dog was a Siberian Husky. His name was Panda, and he was the same age as my son, and we got Panda when he was 4. So we got that dog a really long time ago. So I loved my Siberian Husky, and I really loved the wind. So I just combined the Siberian Husky with the wind, and Siberian Wind is what came out of it. And I added the word "the" because it just set it apart a little bit better. and it was a little bit less confusing that it was a publishing name, because I didn't want somebody coming up and going, you know, coming up and calling me Siberian and really thinking like I had thought that is my legal name. I didn't want somebody thinking that. So I added the for the clarity for that. But yeah, so it was a photography publishing name. So if you see Siberian Wind out there as on photographs, that is me. That was photography that I did. A lot of the published work that I have out there will be really old. I haven't done a lot of photography publishing lately. But I carried it over into the quilt world. There's no sense in changing it. And it's a name that I kind of associate with myself, and it works really well. Chloe says, we always have fun. Thank you. Yeah, we do. Susan says, this is a good, caring community. Yes, it absolutely is. Christina says, be yourself. That's the best way, and have fun. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, if I'm having fun, you guys are typically having fun. Or I can at least hope you guys are having fun. I can pretend that you guys are having fun. Is that, standing up in front of the crowd and pretending that everybody's naked so that you don't, you're not intimidated by the crowd. It's kind of like that. If I think that all of you guys are having fun, then I'm having more fun. So even when life is throwing us curves and all of that, I'm glad for every last one of you, because you guys make this worth it. If I came out every day and nobody showed up in a live, or nobody came in and commented on a video or anything like that, it would kind of feel like I was doing something wrong. So, and if you ever have a comment that you think that I need to improve something, absolutely send me an email, so that way I can, take it and run with it. And I don't feel attacked. I will absolutely take it for what you say, because I'm not here to be on a pedestal, and I'm not here to be all end all, and I know everything. I'm here to enjoy myself. I'm here to give you guys some inspiration if I can. Provide projects, provide ideas. I love doing that part. That is a lot of fun for me. So I'm glad I can help at least with part of that. So one thing that I am going to do in 2025, and this will probably be it for the night. One thing that I'm going to do in 2025 is I'm going to publish another pattern. It will not be the massive 63-page pattern that Temperature Rings is. It will be a much smaller pattern, I promise, but it will be a for-purchase pattern. Laura says, I'm so very grateful for the quilting community. I'm not sure I would have survived this month without it. Oh yeah, we are definitely here for you. We are definitely here for you. I hear the scrapbooking community is also really good, but I'm not sure. I'm not much of a scrapbooker. Susan says, a friend of mine married a guy, and we all knew him as David. When I went with them to get their marriage license, we found out his legal name wasn't David. It's Clyde Eugene. He hated it. I'm kind of with him. I don't know that Clyde Eugene would be my favorite name either. Wow. Oh my gosh. Did she at least know he was not David? Please tell me she did not marry him thinking his legal name was David. Because that's craziness. That's craziness. When I was dating my husband that had the photography stuff, photography stuff going on, when I found out his name was not what I thought it was, because I thought his kids had the last name of his publishing name. I literally thought that the kids' names were this plus that, and come to find out they were totally not even that. Like, the first names were right, but the last names were totally wrong, and I was so far off.
But I demanded to see his driver's license because I was that floored. I was like, this is bull. Oh, Jackie says, I've enjoyed your show. I'll be back. Glad I stumbled on a mom and pop show the other night. I am too. I'm glad you were there. Thank you, Jackie. And I do apologize if you guys are hearing sirens. I live right near the main road. So there's no trees in the way, so we hear everything. Laura says, Chloe has meant so much to me. Thank you. Oh yeah, absolutely. We are all here for you, Laura. Oh my gosh. Okay, where are they going? Oh, okay. They're coming up the main street. Okay. They will come down this side street that's near us, and then they come up the main street. So we hear them going all the way to the traffic light, and then we hear them after they turn right, we hear them coming back this other way. Oh, that's when she found out he hoped he could sign David, but no, we were both trying not to laugh. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Well, if she decided she wanted out, that would have been the time she could have gotten out, because that would have been like major. Oh, Joyce says, the quilting community on YouTube has saved my sanity the last 7 years when my husband first got sick and then passed. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the quilting community is good. I don't know what it was 7 years ago, but it's definitely good now. So I'm glad that the community has been able to be here for you, Joyce. Thank you. Susan says, we had sirens earlier. Yeah, I get them all the time. So the part of the complex that I'm in, there's one road that goes out to the main road. You can come out this other direction and you're going by a fire station, and then you go further back and you go through a community health location. So it's like there's 3 different places that they can go, but there's always fire trucks coming out too. They're still happily married this season. Oh my gosh. Jackie says, quilting saved my sanity too. I must say, it is my therapy. It is absolutely my therapy. When I am struggling, I struggle a lot with my health. My health is, you guys aren't seeing a lot of it, but I struggle a lot with my health. If it wasn't for the chair that I've got, if it wasn't for with all the adaptations that I do to make my studio functional for me, then there would be no way for me to be doing half of this. Back when we were living in Alabama, my quilting studio also had a big L-shaped computer desk, and all of the office supplies and everything was all there in my studio with me. And I spent more time cross-stitching than I did quilting, because quilting was not a feasible option in that space. There was just no room for me to really, really quilt. And once we moved up here, I was able to transition to quilting, and it has done a lot for my mental health to be able to quilt. I mean, I've been quilting for almost 20 years, but actually, we're 2024. Yeah, almost 20 years. So being able to transition to quilting as the full-time versus, making jewelry and making other crafts and all of these other pursuits that I had before, those are not always accessible to me now. But quilting still is. So as long as I can, I still will. I absolutely still will. Laura says, quilting is my therapy. I can't wait to actually sit at my machine again. Right? I'm loving sitting at my machine, even though I have to put it up on risers to accommodate my neighbor. All the things. It's all the things combined. It's all the things combined. So in case you guys wonder, these are my scrap boxes. These are my scrap boxes. The ones up here have 1-inch squares. Those have 1-inch squares. All the rest of these need to be processed. So I will get there eventually. Chloe says, I hope you'll be at your machine before you know it, Laura. Right? Right? I'm with you, Laura. I haven't gotten to sit at my sewing machine in the last few months. Oh, gosh. Oh, yeah, Susan. She says, I can hardly wait till Thursday when I can set my Juki up and sew as much as I want. I know. You're going to be so excited to sew. You're going to be so excited to be able to sew and not have all the stress going on. Jackie says, bless your heart, I'd be nuts if I couldn't sew. Yeah, me too. Quilting is my happy place, and I am happy that I found this community on YouTube, says Christina. Yes, absolutely. Chloe, me too, says Laura. I'm hoping by mid-January or the worst end of January, just 10 minutes a day will make a dent. Yes, it will. Yes, it will. And that's one of my goals for 2025 one of my goals is to bust my scraps back down, because, I mean, everybody gives me scraps, and I know I've got more coming. So I do not mind that, but I do need to keep it manageable so that I'm not drowning in it. So I do need to cut my scraps. I need to pull out and, set an egg timer or something like that. Maybe even 30 minutes a day. I could do that. Now that my space is a little bit more cleaned up. And I've already got bins set for certain sizes. So 10-inch squares, 5-inch squares, 2.5-inch strips, other size strips. I've got bins for different things. So I just need to, hop on the train and, whatever I can get cut into that particular size that day, then that's it. And then I put everything back, put it away, and go on to the next thing. So that would absolutely be what I need to do. Laura says, Susan, that would be nice. I'm sure it will help you relax after the move. Yes, absolutely. Well, all right, guys, it is 10 o'clock here, so that means my neighbor will be banging on my floor in a little bit. So I need to get off of here. Yes, we will all be counting down, Chloe. Taught myself to quilt off of YouTube videos, but didn't realize until lately that there's a community here. There's definitely a community here. We have got a community going. We are a whole cult following that we've got going, and we are not slowing down anytime soon. There's a lot of us out here. We have the power. So, all right, I'm going to get out of here. I want to thank you guys so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. And Joyce and Linda, you guys entered for the raffle. And the last day to enter will be Tuesday. And we will give until halfway through the live, and then I will do the drawing at the end of the live Tuesday night. So New Year's Day, we will do the drawing for the quilt pattern for temperature rings. If you want to buy the pattern and you do not win it, it is available on Patreon. So it is available already. I have 4 sewing projects to take to the hotel and a couple hand quilting projects to work off. That is awesome, Susan. That is awesome. I love it, Jackie. She says, have a nice night, everyone. I will be back. You've been warned. Absolutely. If you've not hit that thumbs up, please hit that before you leave. Don't go home empty-handed. Hit that thumbs up for me. Let YouTube know that you guys were happy to be here. I greatly appreciate it. So I will see you guys Tuesday night for our last live of 2024. Oh my gosh, last live. Okay, I will see you guys Tuesday. Until then, yes, absolutely. Catch the replay. Squirrely Quilter. Yes, absolutely.